And now, coming out of Cleveland, Tennessee, I give you the Normal Dudes Podcast.
Today, we have my rolling partner on the podcast. This is the dude that I went to the gym with and rolled. Me and him were the two heaviest dudes in the freaking gym whenever I showed up. So, my rolling partner, Mr. William, #Will Mills. What's up,
What's
man?
up?
What's going on, buddy?
How's it going?
So, this dude hadn't fought a fight yet.
Fought?
This dude hasn't fought a fight yet, but I proclaimed in a couple of podcasts that he would. And he's here to tell us whether he will or not. #Will.
Well, there's definitely been some conversations about it with Billy.
I love it, man.
So-
I know you're going to.
Well, I don't know how much Billy wants me to say about this. There was a super heavyweight guy that was like begging Billy for a fight, but he'd been like 70 pounds heavier than me.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, let's find someone a little bit smaller.
A little bit closer, bro.
I was like, man, I'm already getting close to like normal heavyweight. Like,
Yeah.
let's,
So, the big story for you, in all reality, is this dude has put in some massive amounts of work to lose quite a bit of weight. Now, you lost quite a bit of weight before you showed up at the gym, and you've lost quite a bit of weight since you showed up there.
yeah.
So tell us about that.
Okay. Well, let's see.
What
here.
did you start out at?
That I know of? So what was it September 2023? The doctor checkup thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like one of those things. I was like, I've always been, probably since I've been in the Army, I've always been like a big guy.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it was like I gradually got bigger, and you know, and it was one of the things like I know I'm a big dude. It was like it is what it is. I've always worked, you know, labor intensive jobs, so it was, you know, like it's like I'm not like out of shape.
Yeah.
And then
What's funny about that, though, that you say that, is like I felt the same way. And then I
Yeah.
show up at the gym.
Yeah.
it's a huge difference.
Yeah, dude.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, okay.
But because as I was going to the gym, I was like, well, I'm a little bit in better shape. I can hang. Nope.
Yeah, dude.
Nope. It
Yeah.
changes everything when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
on the mat, bro.
I was tired running around in the warm-ups that first time.
Dude.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I know it, bro.
what the hell? Dude? I'm just running in circles right now. Doing these squats are fucking me up, son.
Oh yeah.
I'm out of breath right now. We're 4 minutes in. Yeah.
So at the doctor, and then hop on the scale, you know, do all that, and I was like, 406 pounds. That's like,
Dude.
oh God, that's not good.
That's-
That's
I wasn't
nowhere
expecting
near.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I had high blood pressure. I was taking medicine for that. I had some other kind of medications. I had suffered a hip injury like 2020, like right in the middle of COVID and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, and it was one of those things. It's like talking to my wife about it. It's like, something's got to change. Like we got to figure something out. And it was a slow process at first. Like I think it took me 6 months after that. I only lost 20 pounds ish. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube, Instagram, like
Oh, I love it.
diets, working out,
I love that.
all that.
I love that you went down it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
it was, I had to figure out like, okay, who's full of shit, who's not,
Yeah.
and you know, stuff like that.
And kind of what's working for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing
and-
right there.
Yeah.
It was a funny thing when I started like, okay, I'm gonna start going to the gym, start lifting weight, and start doing stuff like that, because we'd be going on hikes, we'd walk miles and miles in the night. You know, I started tracking calories and stuff on my own, even though I didn't quite understand macros, anything like that quite
gotcha.
yet. And I would go to the gym and I was like, all right, I'm going to do arms or whatever. And I'd like destroy my arms for no reason. And then I wouldn't be able to go to the gym for like a week. I was like, I don't know. I'm obviously doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. And my wife, Kayla, was like, what about one of those like fitness boot camp things? It's like, okay. So I found one in Hickson, Scenic City Boot Camp. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it.
No.
The owner is a real cool guy. He understood like my goals and everything and like where I was at. And he kind of jump started like the fitness side of my journey. Like how to, all right, like, okay, you're going a little too far. Let's pull back some because we want to keep doing this. We want to keep going,
We want to do something
every day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
Beautiful.
Stuff like that. And then I did that for a few months. I will say one thing about these boot camps, they're expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that's the downside to all of this we talk about. Everything that we talk about, everything is going to cost money.
Oh, yeah. Well, the more I've learned is like, the money you're going to spend improving yourself and all that, like I would have easily bought 2 fists of liquor that week or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like
I could
went out to eat
Taco
hibachi
Bell
4 or 5 times a week.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like, well, okay, I'm just going to put this money in a different spot, spend it somewhere else. Yeah. So I did that for a few months, lost another 20 pounds doing that.
So now you've lost 40 pounds.
Yeah. So
that's
I was like, okay,
starting to feel spiritual.
There's
spit everywhere.
There's a chance I can, I can get where I want to be. And started doing some stuff on my own, and I finally figured out the calories, the protein, carbs, fat. I had to get all that. Started doing that on my own. And so I started getting that dialed in better, and I've gradually started losing 5 pounds here, 10 pounds there, 5 pounds here, just over and over and over again. And then, so fast forward to, Halloween 2024. My wife and I, we're a very playful couple. We have fun with each other.
Absolutely, got to.
Even, like not trying to be dirty or anything, but just like we generally have a good time with each other. We fool around, like we wrestle. Yeah. Like she wrestled in school, and like I did some Army combatives and stuff back when I was in the Army. Yeah. And my brother and I, when we were teenagers, were huge UFC fans.
He said, hang on a second, time out. Time out. He said not to be dirty.
Yeah, no.
We wrestle.
Anyway, getting there. So Halloween night, we're at my mother's doing a little get together thing, handing out candy and stuff. We were wrestling. Well, it went wrong. Broke her arm.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so we had to run to the. Oh yeah. So
dude.
Ran to.
You're at the ER. You're like,
we was fucking around.
I broke it.
Dude, we had to explain it to every person in that daggone place.
Sure,
guarantee it.
And it's like, so y'all were wrestling. I was like, we really were.
Yeah.
Golly, bro.
Yeah, and then my mother proceeded to say we're not allowed to roughhouse in our house anymore.
Yeah, I bet.
Because we broke a couch like a few months before that, too. Wrestling. Like...
He said wrestling, bro.
Yeah. No, like legit wrestling.
Yeah, okay. I got you, Will.
You just picking her up and slamming her on the couch, or what's going on with that?
That's kind of what happened, wasn't it? Yeah.
Golly, bro.
Hell yeah.
And so
y'all having fun though. That's all that matters. Shit.
Well, yeah. So that kind of sparked a conversation. I was like, well,
I wish I could wrestle my wife like that, bro.
I know it's.
Well, apparently I can't. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Even though she enjoys that, like getting thrown around a little bit, my wife would punch me in the mouth, son. I lose some teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we started talking. It's like, you know what I really miss doing? I really miss doing like jiu-jitsu and shit like that. And,
you said that, or she did?
Well, it was like a conversation we were having. Is like, man, I kind of miss this. Like, I'm feeling better about myself. Like I'm not like I'm still over 300 pounds at this point. Yeah, by a good bit. But it's like
but you lost 50 or 60 pounds.
Yeah, around that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like, all right, we'll see. And the Chattanooga Mixed Martial Arts College, the previous location.
Yeah.
Literally like a 2-minute walk from my office where I work in Hickson.
Okay.
Past it every day, every morning.
You're just driving past it. You like,
I was like, man.
Looking at it like that.
And so I started looking like places I could do like jiu-jitsu and stuff. Started like trying to read in stuff, and I was like, went on the CMAC website and I was like, well, that's a big dude. That's a coach.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. Like if he's doing it, man,
Surely.
can't be that bad.
Yeah.
You know. So I think it was like middle of December when I finally stuck my head in. I think I called him 2 or 3 times. Like
I
before
love
that,
this
it was
dude.
like, hey man, I'm overweight. Like this is my deal. And I was like, man, just come on in. I was like, t-shirt, shorts, come on. All right. Showed up first night.
They tell you that every time too, didn't they? They just come in.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me every time, bro. Just come in. Just come in.
And
You'll love it.
The funniest thing is like get there and like some of the guys just got done with striking class.
Okay.
And like,
This
you
is
know,
your first time there.
yeah, this is walking in. He said, all right, get on the mat, stretch out a little bit, you know, kind of eyeballing each and every guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
For
like,
sure.
okay.
That's what you do.
A lot of small guys here,
Yeah, I
a lot
know.
of tiny dudes.
Yeah.
That's why me and you were together, bro. It's because we're the 2 heaviest dudes in that mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the class showed up. Matson was, and they're kind of, and we started doing the warm up.
Yeah.
Dude,
I know.
I think we were doing somersaults, front rolls,
Oh,
back rolls.
bro.
We didn't even start running yet. I was already lightheaded, starting to black out.
See? Yes.
And then here's
And
one
how
of
long had you been when I showed up that night?
2-3 weeks.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is real talk. 2 or 3 weeks in, he's been there 2 or 3 weeks, and I show up for the first jiu-jitsu class.
Mm-hmm.
We did that whole all that. It's 5 minutes. I know. It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
We warmed up, and then I never caught my breath from that point forward.
Yeah, dude.
From that point forward, I was out of breath, dude. I needed a break. But we're at 3 weeks in, and Will has already had his breath. Okay, now we're moving on.
I had good days and bad days around then.
Okay.
So I was like, but anyways, I'm getting lightheaded and stuff, and we started doing the shrimping drill up and down the mat. And this is like one of those like, if it wasn't for this particular thing, and it was really Matson, it was a few different points that first night.
Yeah.
Matson came up to me and was like, hey, man.
Bro, we just had him on.
I know.
This dude has been an
He's like,
inspiration
all right.
to everybody, dude.
And he was like, all right, it's all right, man. I know you don't know what you're doing. Mimic me. Do this. He stayed with me the whole warm-up.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
We're going to move this up, move this down, move this over, move this down, move this up.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing you every step.
Everything stayed with me. We started running the mat. Well, they were running. I was looking like I was running.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, dude.
You're taking short, fast steps.
Short, quick, not fast.
Okay.
But,
Faster than you would walk steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then like we started drilling the technique of the day class, technique of the class, and started doing that. And I'm like, oh God, I'm getting drained. I can't keep it. I was with Ethan, 14-year-old redhead Ethan.
Oh, God. Bless you.
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
And this is jiu-jitsu, so it was a little bit more
At least
equal
you
footing.
wasn't getting punched.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Trey was.
Dude, he's put some toes on my forehead before.
Yeah, dude. He just like puts his foot up there and just like fucking
one
hits
time,
you like that, bro. It's like,
literally,
God
like
dang.
I felt my nose get like drug across my face. I was like, "Come on, dude, be nice to me once."
Billy told him to let him win when he was fighting Trey.
Yeah, he did.
Let him win, Ethan.
I was like, that's the wrong thing to say to me, bro. God dang,
Dude,
dude.
one of the
Whoop my ass. That's what I need.
the first few times I'd sparred with him, he'd tell Ethan, like, "Don't be an asshole. Don't go easy on him."
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
But
Because he's 14 years old, but he's the next heaviest dude in there.
yeah, I think he was a little bit over 200 then. He's
that time.
actually slimmed up now, and he's
Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
dude, he's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Billy says he's going to be.
He already is.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
No, like he's gonna mess some people up.
yeah.
So, started doing the drill. I had to like sit out because I'm like, gassed. I've not been able to catch back up. I cannot get my head clear. Nothing. Oh, here comes Matt. I start doing live rolls. Well, they start doing live rolls. Matson comes up to me. Come on, man. Come over here. Work this with me. Work this Kimura with me. Do this with me. Get him back on the mat. Get him back on the mat. I was like,
Keeps
all right.
pushing.
Yeah. And then at the end of the night, I'm talking to Billy or a couple other guys. And then Matson made it a point to come up to me. He's like, you going to be here tomorrow? you gonna come back?
Gosh.
I was like, we'll see. Started coming back, getting pretty regular. Still took me a good long while to get used to the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Even now, if I get caught off guard,
They want you to do something crazy a little bit extra that day. You're like,
there was one kid that was a wrestler that was leading warm-ups. He put cartwheels in the daggone warm-up, and I cussed him out over that.
Who was it?
He's not a regular. No. I couldn't remember his name, but I ain't seen him since either.
Okay.
I think he wrestles from Macaulay. Very high end,
Yeah.
very good. I think he was a freshman who won state.
I got you.
And Billy had him leading warm ups, and I was cussing him like a dog. I didn't care how old he was.
Yeah. I don't care if you're 16,
Like,
17.
how you gonna look me straight in the face and tell me to do a cartwheel?
You see me, bro?
And
That's what I would have told him too, bro. Me and you would have been there standing beside each other cussing him out if I'd have been there that day. Cartwheels? You mother father. We can't do no dang cartwheels. Look at us.
I didn't do cartwheels when I was young and in shape.
When
What
I
do you
was
mean?
160 pounds, I didn't do cartwheels. Never mind, I was in the second grade, but I didn't do cartwheels.
But I kept showing up because, like for me, this whole journey, I guess, it's like, well, I've pushed myself at this point. Well, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I'm still standing.
Made it.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Just over and over and over again. And I started getting okay. Started getting all right. They screwed up and taught me how to do top pressure. And I got really good at that. So much so, I have to literally be on my back to get people to roll with me sometimes.
Gosh.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Come on, I'll start on bottom."
Yeah.
And
Well, whenever we rolled, we were doing a drill to try to get. So the drill was for whoever was on bottom, and and I was supposed to put top pressure on Will, and he was just going, and I was off in the floor, bro. There was nothing I could do. I literally couldn't do nothing to stop it, bro. He was just like,
God,
he was like, all right, you go over here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
yeah,
It was really easy for him to get me off of him, bro.
big man strength is a real thing.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
No, yeah, I know.
100%.
Also, I did spend like a good 7-8 months straight strength training.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things. It's like it was something I was worried about starting out, and it's like, man, I don't know if I want to roll with these really tiny guys like Connor or whatever.
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, if I just land wrong, they're done.
I know.
But working with Billy, another big guy, like heavyweight fighter, all of his accolades, he'd sit me down. I was like, okay, we're going to be not an asshole, but there's things you can do, won't kill these kids. And then he started working that, started getting pretty all right. I'm still just a white belt.
You're
so
green.
yeah.
You're young. Yeah, you're still young at this. Yeah.
And so, even rolling with Matson, I think I rolled with him Tuesday, and he submitted me twice in a minute. And I was like, man, I thought I was getting good at this.
Yeah.
And it was like, started getting better, started building the confidence. They're like, okay, I can hang with some of these guys. And then some blue belt decided to teach me how to do a mother's milk submission. I don't know if y'all know what that is.
I don't.
It's a suffocation submission.
Mm.
So you're on top. You're on top. You bury the person's head right here.
Yeah.
And if you got,
You're killing somebody, bro.
I've killed a few.
And that's called mother's milk?
It's called mother's milk because you're essentially putting your boobs all around their face, like they cannot breathe. You got all the hot, sweaty on the rash guard.
Shit.
It's
Bro.
it's miserable.
Hey, we had that mat wet, too.
I guarantee it.
No, and big guy, I sweat.
Yeah.
It's pouring out of me.
We were sweating over there, bro, during jiu-jitsu.
I got pretty darn good at it to the point where Billy in chat told me I was not allowed to use it in competition. Said I was not allowed to have my pizza after competition if I use mother's milk as a submission.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah. I got real close to getting Billy with it one time.
Really?
He messed. I wouldn't say he messed up. He let me get on top, and I was like, "Oh, dude, it's right here."
You know you're hit, though, when you go back, right?
Dude,
For sparring. If you say that on the
ever.
podcast, he's going to
Ever since then, I've not even had a chance.
Gosh.
Not even.
Yeah, he ain't gonna let that happen again.
No, he ragdolls me.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's getting tougher on you now. Yeah.
every time since then, he'll get in my ears like, "You remember that mother's milk motherfucker?" And just like smash the crap out of me. And so I started getting real good at that. Started feeling pretty good. Jiu-jitsu competition got brought up in the gym, and I was like, okay, let's see what that's all about. Let's try that. I got silver first tournament.
Second place.
Second place. The guy that beat me was a collegiate wrestler, and he just out-wrestled me. I have no prior official wrestling experience prior.
Nothing. You started at, how old are you?
32.
Started off at 32. You're 32 right now. You've been in the gym for
7 months now.
7 months. You
6
showed
months.
up at a jiu-jitsu tournament.
I showed up at a jiu-jitsu tournament 4 months in.
Yeah, I knew you had done a couple of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I was the first one to get my medal. I think everyone medaled. Like, the rest of the guys got gold, but, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Screw them.
Yeah.
I got mine first.
Silver, baby. That's where we're at. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, dude.
No, it was a real good time. I enjoyed it. I definitely, like, nothing, I assume nothing like stepping in the cage for the first time, but I, like,
it's not
the
gonna be.
nerves were, like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
and here's the thing. So I had my first match, won it, and then they were about to just go ahead with the second one, and then Billy was like, dude, we got to have some time in between matches. I was literally about to
They
get
gave you like a second, yeah.
So they gave me about, I think, like 5 minutes. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, dude.
Bruh.
Tunnel vision started creeping in. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, this is just a stupid tournament. Why am I freaking out so
Yeah,
bad?
yeah.
And it's like, and then like, I went up against like this big old guy. And I was like, and I looked him up and it was like, this 39-year-old, I thought I was going to be taller than him. I ain't been taller than any of these guys yet. And this dude, like, was a good 5 inches taller than me, and he was fast. And, like, he came up on me quick, started doing the wrestling tap in, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So I started working in the clinch, as soon as I got my underhook in, he lat dropped me. And I was like, I ain't never been lat dropped.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm too
I don't
big
get taken
to be-
down much unless I just give it up. Like, I was like, all right, take me down,
Yeah.
in class. I was not expected to be moved around like that.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't tap. I fought to the end.
For the 5 minutes. Was
Yeah.
that way it was in that one?
4 or 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And so it was,
It's funny how y'all enter jiu-jitsu tournaments and don't know anything about
Yeah.
the rules. Nothing.
be looking up the
Y'all like,
rules
hey,
as you get weighed in. I was like,
what we're gonna do?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're gonna
can't do that.
is go in here and we're gonna jiu-jitsu. But what we're gonna try to do is submit everybody. That way we don't have to know what the rules are.
Yeah.
No, it was,
That's what I've seen so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, it was so much
It's
fun.
pretty amazing. I love that. I love that about your gym. Yeah.
It was a wild day too. Like, of course, it was all we were all white belts competing that day, and so, and is it the New Breed Jiu-Jitsu grappling tournament, however they call it? They moved our match times around. Like, we literally went. Our times were at 11 to 3:30 to 5 o'clock to midday, all around, and ended up like kind of just waiting around. And then I think mats and matches happened, and then it's like, okay, so we're scrambling, trying to go over there, support them. Coaches get over there, coach them. It's like, all right. Dadgummit, there's my name being called. Crap. So I run around, do my matches, and then Ty Todd, Tyler Wallace. God bless Billy Swanson, Chat Lavender, being able to just
manage all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a crazy fun time. I enjoyed it. I love being able to compete next to these guys.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I feel like that would be the thing for anybody.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. And
It's like you're competing in the same tournament. I'm competing in the same tournament with Matson.
Mhm.
Like, I don't deserve that, bro.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's wild, and
Yeah.
this whole time that I've been a part of this gym, like, dude, every guy there is like freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And
We're
like I said,
lifting you up completely and
Yeah.
totally 100%.
oh, dude, those guys will scream out for me louder than most of my family will on online, on
Isn't
social
that
media.
wild?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like it's funny to watch because like some of my like more distant relatives will be like, "Oh, good job," or
Yeah.
like and then these guys are like hyping me up like I'm about to walk out on the octagon of UFC, and it's
Yeah, I
like,
know.
Yeah, dude.
You're like, bro, that was just jiu-jitsu tournament, bro.
but it could
I'm
just
trying to hype you up every time I see you on the treadmill, bro. Every time I see one of your reels, I'm like, bro, go get it. Go get it, Will. You've seen me. I know you have, yeah.
like you're right there with them.
Yeah.
And it's such a like an eye-opening experience because like I spent like 10 years of my adult life like kind of becoming a hermit of sorts. Like I got my couple of friends, my good buddies, couple of Army buddies I keep in touch with, but it's just like, keep my head down, do my thing, work, wait to die pretty much.
Yeah.
That was my
God.
mentality for a long time.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do and then
Me
wait
and
for
my wife
death.
are going to wrestle at the crib. Have
Yeah.
a good time.
Dude.
And then
Hey, that's what keeps you young, man.
yeah, it is, man. I agree.
Dude, if
We're
it,
just gonna wrestle over here at the crib, son. Yes, sir.
honestly, if it wasn't for that woman, like, I don't know, we both fell backwards into our lives, like into each other.
Yeah.
Like when we found each other, neither one of us were looking for a relationship, marriage, nothing. Like we both came out of some pretty nasty relationships, and it's like, it was funny because it was like, well, hell, they're gonna find this out eventually. It was started.
Who's they?
My family.
Oh, okay.
So it just started out as like a hookup, like one of those like nothing serious, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just hey, we both
For
need
right now.
just both need some companionship, and then I ended up never leaving.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one of those like she left. She went off to work. I wasn't working at the time, and she's like, "Hey, there's food in the fridge, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me know if you leave. Lock the door." And I was sitting there watching TV, and she comes back in from work and was like, "Hey, hey." But it wasn't weird. It
Yeah.
wasn't awkward. It was just like it just clicked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it was one of those things. It's like, because I have a past of like trying to force relationships, trying to force love, because I had this idea of a family in my head.
I got you.
But like with her, it was so organic. It's like, because like I said, I think up until right before we got married, we were like, we don't want to get married.
Yeah.
We could decide we don't like each other tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then like,
Especially if you
Period.
break my arm or something. You never know, bro.
I think it was like we just celebrated our 3rd year anniversary last month. You know, which is like longer
How
than
long?
3rd.
3rd.
Oh, 3rd year. Okay. I thought you said 23rd year for a second for some reason.
No,
Crazy.
Golly.
we'll get there though.
Yeah.
Like we will absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Will.
No, like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be alive. Like in all seriousness, like I'd be dead.
I love that.
You know,
I love that. Yeah.
I
I
don't-
wouldn't be dead if I didn't find my wife. I wouldn't be dead. I probably, you're right. She's right. She's right. I might not be here, bro. For real. Real talk. Thinking about it now.
Found you though, okay?
Yeah.
When he was thinking after
We would have found you.
That's my son over there saying we would have found you.
We would have found you.
Eventually.
Okay.
We would have found you in the bathtub. Because that's where I was getting into the.
Emailed out.
Yeah.
Man about it.
But yeah, so I got a little bit of that same story for my wife. I mean, we hadn't been together long, and we were talking about getting married though a little bit, kind of different than you, but we wasn't like in a hurry to get married, and then we did get married. Stupid, but. I mean, it was stupid in that we got married after being together for 4 months.
Yeah. Golly.
what was
son.
it for us? 6 months. 6
We
months.
woke up on a Friday and was like, hey, let's go to the courthouse and get married.
We was digging up trying to find our divorce papers and
Yeah.
all that. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, we didn't even take a picture that day either. That's the bad part.
But me and my wife have been together 15 years.
Yeah.
Matson, are you leaving?
Yes.
No.
I gotta get out.
You got the fishing rod?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I gotta
We seen that he Pepper's love station. I was like, hey.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
No, you're fine, bro. It was good to see you.
I thought I was gonna get the Irish goodbye this motherfucker.
No.
Nah, we ain't gonna let that
Hug
happen.
all of us, Matt. Thanks for coming by, Matt.
Yeah, we appreciate you, bro, for real.
I'll see you again.
Yeah, for sure. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming. You know your way out, bro. You need
Yeah, I figured it out, bro. I got it.
Okay.
I'm pretty good with directions.
All right.
Are you forgetting something?
Hey,
Backpack.
Your bag?
What'd you drive?
Backpack.
Mike?
Oh, your backpack, bro.
Backpack.
What'd you drive? I might have
Oh,
to
wait,
know
hold on.
anyway.
It's hooked on
I
something.
think he's getting picked up.
No, I got
No,
my
he's got a vehicle up there.
my Ford out there. There is a
Fishing
vehicle behind
rods.
it.
Love you, bye.
Oh, shoot.
Later, love you guys.
See you, buddy.
I
Later.
love you, Matson, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
Action. I saw that ball.
That's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
You need to get one of those. What's it called again?
I don't know what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not expensive. You can get like $20 on Amazon.
We always just go.
You can do like was it the Unsubscribed podcast? They crack open like beers and White Claws as the they go 3, 2, 1.
No shit.
All right, so where were we at? Do you remember?
We're talking about marriage and shit.
Yeah.
Marriage and shit. Yeah.
So Ashley and I have been together for 15 years, though. So
no,
there
yeah.
you go.
It's
When you
the
know, you know.
what is it they say? Love is where you're not looking for it, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely what ours is. And like she's my best friend.
Mhm.
That's the way we started out, was just friends, bro. Straight up.
Well,
I'm a little bit older than you are, which I thought you were a kid, bro.
no.
Straight up, until tonight, I thought you were a child.
Well, I guess that means I should look pretty
I
good
thought-
when I get older, right?
Yeah.
So literally, I thought you were a child. I thought, and Trey's like, "Hey, he just had a kid graduate high school," and I said, "No, we're talking about two different wheels here, bro. You got the wrong one." And he's like, "Nah, bro, let me show you." And I was like, "No, that's the wheel." He said, "That's his kid graduating." And I was like, "God, dude." So, I mean, you're not that old anyway.
Yeah.
You just had a kid that graduated, while you were still young.
Yeah,
We'll say it that way.
for sure, dude.
I got a rule with her, and she can't make me a grandfather till I look like a grandfather.
Oh, that's gonna be a minute.
Oh, well, that's gonna be a minute. Yeah,
Gonna
that's
be
gonna
a
be a
few
little
minutes.
while, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I've gotten some gray hairs coming in, and it's like every day with like we got 3 girls now, and it's more and more.
Yeah. So you got into the gym, started doing some jiu-jitsu.
Some of that stuff.
Some who hits who, gay wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's not wrestling.
So you got into the gym and you started doing some Brazilian jiu-jitsu actual tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
and that's actually pretty close to where we're at right now, right?
Yeah. So I at first I was like I'm just gonna be a hobbyist. Like I'm not gonna compete, not do nothing. Like this is just
That's what
simply
I'm worried
to
about, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Is I want to go in as a hobbyist too,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, like there are people that are,
and I just
And-
don't
and
want
there's
them to try
also-
to talk me in.
and there's also people that
It would happen.
like will like do like these small tournaments, you know, just casually doing it. Like I've heard a rumor that a certain local gym may have a grappling tournament.
oh, every once in a while,
It's in
monthly,
the gears are working on it.
Mm-hmm.
a small gym.
Well, it's the premier MMA gym in town, but
I
yeah,
got you. Yeah. Okay.
it's in the works.
You heard some rumor of that, but anyway.
Yeah, in passing, you know,
Yeah,
a couple of birds outside talking.
I got you.
Yeah.
You just heard about it, and you're thinking like, "Hey, bro, that'd be awesome." Because one thing about it is if you're training for a event that you know you have coming up,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to work a little bit harder.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. So that
I
first
guarantee
tournament,
it's
the month leading up to it, I think I was in the gym like every day. And like Billy was also going through his fight camp for his boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing some strength and condition. We were throwing up, pushing that sled up and down the alley.
Throwing up.
Dude, you gotta go hard. If you're, you know, in lockstep with a professional fighter, you're going hard.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking going.
Yeah.
And
I would like to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
dude,
Was he throwing up?
we both were. Gagging, all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
Be doing like some freaking like circuits in the cage, going through doing like squats, sit ups, push ups. I think we had to do, was it 100 of each, but like 10 at a time, just going.
So when he
around.
was going through his camp for fighting,
Mm-hmm.
you said, "I'm going to do this with you."
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like, hey, if you're serious about this, this is what you're going to do.
Bruh. You signed up for that?
I'm still standing. I'm going to keep
He's
going.
pretty serious about it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So now to date, you've lost how much weight?
120 pounds.
It's awesome.
As of,
Dude.
was it Wednesday?
So to date, you've lost 120 pounds,
Mhm.
and you brought a shirt
Yes.
to show us what you would fit into that was,
Really a year ago.
and it was tight on
Yeah,
you
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it fit on you loosely. This was a tight
this
shirt.
is yeah. So this big old tarp. So, well, this is just a 3XL, but I know this one's like the baggy shirt I have right now. But it's
Golly, dude. That's over another shirt.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
like
It used to be tight on
Dude.
you?
yeah.
Gosh, bro. That's crazy.
Keep it forever.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely gonna
Yeah.
like there's a few things like I have a shirt back when I did Army combatives. I won a little tournament. It was just level 1. Like honestly, I've learned more in the past 6 months than I did doing the combative stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just like I was just a little bit meaner than the other guys. Really,
Yeah.
that's what it was. And it's a I think it's a medium. I
can't see you being mean at all. You were so nice to me when we were rolling.
well,
You said I ain't been. I knew you hadn't been at this long. You said you hadn't been at it long, and we were talking. We were chit chatting it up because I was telling you, I was like, bro, I'm an old man. Don't be mean, you know. And you're like, oh no, we're on the same page, bro. This is like my third week or second week or whatever you said. I can't remember now, but and then why did Chat come lay on me? Do you remember?
probably because I got too gassed out to keep going.
No, that is hashtag not it.
This first couple of months, I was so backtrack to keeping track of the weight. When I started doing that, I was around 330 pounds, and now I'm hovering around 280.
Golly, dude.
Yeah. So it's like I've
So
lost.
did you do anything nutritionally wise? Did you change anything? Did you get a
Yeah. So right around that first tournament, right around I don't want to call it a fight camp, like tournament camp. Sure.
tournament camp? Yeah, we'll
You
call
know.
it that.
Well, it was kind of like I was doing what the competitors were doing at the time in their fight camp. So I was like, well, I wasn't doing striking at that point, but so it was March 1st event, the Rhythm and Bruise.
Yep.
It was right
Saw you
around that
there.
time is when I started using Miss Denver, Denver Bell Fitness. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
And she's been absolutely awesome. She's like, all right, we're not doing this. This was a dumb idea. You shouldn't have done that. All right, so we're going to do this now. And she had put me on a reverse diet, and I still lost like 10 pounds.
I don't
Not
know
being
what
out
a
of
reverse
deficit.
diet is, but let's continue on.
Yeah, so it's,
Yeah.
just getting my stuff in order to cut hard again kind
I
of
got
thing.
you.
And it's like working with her stuff and started working. I started not only using her as a nutritionist, but as a personal trainer of sorts. And she'd give me like a strength training program to do outside of the fight gym. And started doing that past 2-3 weeks. And like, yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
So our dude is going to end up in a fight in the cage.
Yeah. I think so. I feel like do you want to do it?
Yeah, I want to have at least one.
Yeah.
So I called it, bro. I called that 3 podcasts ago, I think. 2 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a little while ago that I called this out and said that dude was going to be on a actual card and fight. I'm just throwing that out there. As a podcaster, you need to know that sometimes the stuff you see here, you see it here first.
Yeah, so I've had a couple of conversations with Billy about it, and it's one of those. It's like obviously I still need to improve on things like my striking. I'm fish out of water with that.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I just saw a reel today where you were working on that pretty hard, right?
A little bit, yeah. I was doing some bag work. So like conceptually, I'm not there with striking as I am with grappling. Like grappling, I just took to real well. Like I have the IQ for it. Like I get it.
You get the
Striking,
body mechanics,
the learning curve is a little bit more steeper for me.
Oh yeah.
So it's something I just learned something. It was a couple of weeks ago. Big John, John Rourke. You got to have him on, by the way.
Okay.
Wicked Muay Thai guy.
I got you.
And he was like, if you're southpaw, you should really have your foot on the outside. And I was like, and that just like opened up everything for me. I was
That
like,
was one of the
okay.
things they told us first night. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was like,
But you wasn't doing a lot of striking at the time.
no, I would do it here and there. I'd sit in on a class, but I was like, I'm not, like, man, like, this ain't fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting too tired.
I want to roll.
And it was like, and it was funny, even on the sparring nights leading up to both these tournaments, I was like making people take their gloves off and roll with me to give me some rounds to get me prepped for the tournament. So, but yeah.
You're waiting until your striking gets better before you actually compete.
So,
Well, because they can hit you in there.
I mean, I understand that, but like that, what you're waiting on exactly, or
well, it's not necessarily what I'm waiting on. So it's kind of like we're working towards some goals, and if there's a potential matchup.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I really do think I'll fight before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Easily.
Heck yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
heavyweight,
Both, bro.
cruiserweight, whatever. Light heavyweight probably a little hard to get, but 205
What's
is
that? 205?
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Realistically, I need to be like 185, 170 for my frame,
Yeah.
and like that's the goal.
Is it?
God dang, dude.
Yeah.
Me and you'd be fighting in the same weight class then. You got them big ass legs, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
what
they're
you gonna do
big and
about them.
wide, but they ain't long.
No, they ain't long, but
They're strong as hell.
Yeah. I guarantee you they are strong.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that I enjoy rolling with. Not, we're kind of on the same level skill wise, but I got a few tricks up my sleeves, and I love. This is probably what will be my downfall. Is I love baiting stuff.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'll leave my arm out. I'm like, all right, take it. Come on, take it, and then I'll like,
Just take it away from them. Yeah.
And I'll
I
reverse
will
something.
make you do a sit up.
I've done that to some of the kids. And that's fun. And that's like, ha 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 ha, conk,
Yeah.
conk, But it's, like I think there is Ty Todd, who's also trying to get in the cage. We actually went to high school together, and it was one of those things like we were buddies, acquaintances in school and stuff. And then like there was one day like I was on the ground panting after a roll, and he came out. He was like, "Is your last name Mills?" I was like, "Yeah, it's Ty." Like, oh, dude, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like it's crazy. Like went from that, and like the dude literally texts me almost every day and tells me he loves me.
Mm.
Golly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crap like that. Like he sent me a message. My phone's over there. When I posted the picture about my daughter graduating,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Could you imagine if you didn't lose all this weight, what you'd be looking like standing next to her? Probably barely even able to stand next to her."
Yeah.
Because it was becoming a problem,
Sure.
and it was like I was having a hard time walking on like a straight plane, let alone uphill. And another crazy thing is, I went to a Lookouts game last week, and like the escalator was
Yeah.
jam packed. There was like two
You're like,
schools
let's just
going,
go up the hill.
and I just started trucking up it, and I was
Your
like,
wife's like, bitch, no.
"Is that no, really?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
And
that's the way
I
I would feel about it too, bro. I'd be
And-
like, nah, we ain't going. We're gonna wait in line right here at this escalator.
A year and a half ago, I wouldn't even second guess. I'd have sat there waiting. I'd have sat there. I would not have stood. I'd have sat down
Yeah.
somewhere.
I love it, bro.
And it's crazy to think that like, even though like I'm still a big guy, I'm still fat, but like the change, like in the little things, is like I put on an extra large shirt the other day and it fit. I ain't seen extra
crap,
large
dude.
since I was like 22, 23 years old.
Yes, sir.
You
I
know?
love that. The fact that you have a story like that, and we just had a dude on who has another story. It's a whole different story,
Yeah.
but it's a story.
Mm-hmm.
He is honestly, he was the first reason I kept coming back.
Yeah,
Which is this scary looking tattooed dude,
I know,
do-rag
bro.
on.
Fucking intimidating as shit. bro.
Yeah, and it was like,
he's like if you heard somebody talk about him, that is not the dude you had envisioned.
If I was walking by him in a damn regular store, I'd be like, God, dude, this
I
Did-
know, dude.
that last face off, did you see the guy's lip quiver?
Yeah,
Like that's the man. Like you're like, dudes, and Mattson freaking like obviously he's great. He's good.
yeah,
I got marks on my face from sparring with him Monday,
yeah.
and it's like he just rattles off my forehead like it's nothing.
But the fact that you have a story like this, bro, believe it or not, at some point your story is going to be just as big as his. And
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that's
yeah.
hard for you to imagine right now.
Yeah.
Just looking at it on the outside, from the outside looking in, I'm just telling you as a grown man, your story is just as big as his. It's a different battle, it's a different fight, and it's a different story altogether, but it's a story nonetheless.
Yeah. That people can relate to.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's something I've thought about when you started talking about having me on, like actually having me on. It was like, like there's thousands, millions of guys overweight just like me, working at some blue collar job, just doing whatever they gotta do, make sure their family
This dude texts me.
survives.
He texts me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I want to come on the podcast." And I was like, "He's like, I've never had a fight. I don't know if I'm worthy of coming on it." That's the way he talked to me, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Bro, you have a bigger story than most of these guys coming on here, dude.
Yeah.
You've lost 120 pounds. That is inspirational for at least 60% of America, dude. Believe it or not, I know you're a young man. I mean, you're not, but you are.
Yeah.
But
And one of the things I was like thinking was like, there's 100,000 of me walking around, and it's like
minimum.
like there's dudes that I graduated with that like as soon as I got out of high school they started working. All of us got fat. It's cool, whatever.
It's cool, man. We got dad bod. Let's go.
Well, I've beyond that. I'm starting to get into the actual dad bod. I feel like, you know what I mean. But it's like like it's possible. All you gotta do is just start walking, start taking those steps.
Yep.
And it's like my wife, when I started doing all this, she made me start an Instagram and start
Documenting it.
documenting, and the crazy progression where I do like the whole collage of all the
Yeah.
pictures and stuff, and I'm like, those pictures get put out on the days where I feel like I ain't done shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those is like when I need to when I feel like, man, I still look like the man I did two years ago.
Yeah.
It's so weird because when you look in the mirror, a lot of people are going to see the same dude.
Yeah,
It doesn't. No matter what happens, no matter how much weight you lose, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to see the same dude. You're still going to be. We're going to call him the fat Will. Right?
That's why I got to keep that damn shirt. So.
Yes. That's why I said you got to keep that dude.
It's funny. So not in the group chat. Group chat's a little more chaotic, but like in the gym itself, I am Big Will.
Yeah.
Because there is another Will that was there
You're in
before
my
me.
phone as Big Will.
I got introduced in the commentary of the last fight as Big Will. I'm just gonna have to own it now. I can be 185 pounds. I'm still gonna be Big Will. And it's like it's become
That's your fight name, dude.
I guess I'm gonna have to get a shirt and some shit.
That's it, dude. Big Will.
Yeah. It's wild to think about it like that.
So whenever we finally worked it out when you were going to come home, and I was like, that's something we need to talk about, is what your fight name is going to be, because you're fighting. You're going to fight in the cage.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I was in the group chat as the Kung Fu Panda,
Oh gosh.
and it was, and I've actually like looked at it as like panda's like one of those like spirit animals in jiu-jitsu and judo and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like some of the stuff you do, it kind of looks like a panda rolling around.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was owning that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the panda.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, man, I keep getting called Big Will.
Why am I Big Will? You know why you're Big Will, though?
Yeah, it's obviously
Because
because
there's another Will in there that's smaller.
yes, and he that's another dude that pieces me up. Like,
Really?
dude, he's so he's on the spectrum. I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know if it's
He's asked to come on.
no. You need to have him on. He's got a
figure
great
that out.
story, and he's gonna have an even better story after he knocks this guy out.
Yeah.
And like he's got a fight.
I'm trying to
coming up.
schedule that right now, actually. I've been in conversation with
Yeah,
him.
He like the amount of knowledge he just retains striking. So
He's
like
like Trey. Trey's autistic too.
It was funny in the group
That's
chat.
why he said
In the
Aaron
group
not
chat
said
one day, he was
nothing
like,
most
"Hey
of the
guys, I
time."
just want all y'all to know that I'm autistic." And I was like, "We know,
Yeah.
You
we."
didn't have to tell us, Will.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But no, he's a great guy.
He
He's
sat with us at the last fights.
Yeah. He didn't say shit.
He didn't say not one word to us, which is fine. You know, he could have said, "Hey, I'm going to try to fight in June. You want to have me on the podcast?" And we could have scheduled him right then.
He probably
but
thought about it 600 fucking times.
He
sitting
probably
there.
did.
dude, he's funny. He's absolutely hilarious. He is a
So
monster.
that's what I've heard. Like
He is
3 or
a
4 people
monster in
say,
the group
like,
chat. Like
he's
he
hilarious,
will,
dude.
he will. Oh,
He's so funny.
dude,
That's what they've said, dude.
he cuts into people like it's nothing.
Yeah,
And it's,
yeah.
you know, we could just be having, there could be 2 people in there talking shit to each other, and then he just flies in, demolishes them both, and then it's
Hell
like,
yeah. That's awesome.
All right. How long have we been going?
6.
Golly, that time goes by so fast.
Yeah, it does.
Will, bro, I'm gonna stop you here. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
because I could talk to you forever, bro. I really could. Like it's not. I say it at every podcast, but every
It's
one of
true.
you fighters is an inspiration in some way, form, shape, form, fashion. We've talked about it a million times, but bro, I am so glad that you took the time out of your day to come on.
I mean, I appreciate y'all, bringing me on, because like,
It's nothing for us. We're gonna do this regardless of whether you're here or not. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
We are going to do it every week. We do it. We're doing it. So taking the time out of your day to do this is more appreciative. We were more appreciative than you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just got to sit and talk to each other.
We've been doing it for years. So it's,
Yeah.
and we have normal lives, dude. So it's not like shit happens.
I know. We're like,
Do y'all ever,
welcome
like,
back to the
not
podcast.
talk
What
to
did
each
you do
other?
this week?
do y'all ever like not talk to each other so you have something to talk
Well,
about?
We tried to do
it
that.
don't work that much.
It
really.
doesn't work that great because then when you get in here, you're like, "What did you do this week?" And you're like, "Well, I worked."
Yeah,
And
same
you're like,
shit last week, bro.
I know it was the same as last week, and so having somebody to talk to just changes the whole rhythm up, bro. We appreciate you
No,
coming
dude,
on.
this is a lot of fun. I am super appreciated. Like, I'm really excited of what's coming.
Yeah,
Like,
I
like I
can't
said,
wait to see you get in the cage. I know you're going to.
If
I
you
don't
want
know-
to, if it's even in the air, I feel like that's just it's gonna
no,
happen.
it's
eventually. just,
I've already said it, so now it's got to happen.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I can't go back and be a pansy about it now.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
do it now. I've done told the group
That's
chat.
not
I've
true.
done said it in the
Oh,
gym.
hell.
It's
Yeah.
happening.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I love
just
it.
a matter of when. Like I
Yeah.
said,
I called it 3 or 4 weeks
well,
ago.
you got lifelong fans right here, son. For real,
Yes, sir.
we'll be in
Oh, I
there.
hope I
We'll
don't
be in there
lose.
screaming like a son.
Yeah, we will, dude. If we get a table, we'll be screaming a little louder. If we're in the stands, you'll hear us a little less, but we're gonna be screaming.
I don't know, like-
nonetheless,
Camp Jordan, it gets loud.
Yeah,
we get loud. I get loud.
Yeah.
I get so loud in there, dude. I love this stuff. I
Dude,
love
it's,
it.
It's such a wild thing because like I had like gotten away from MMA, and like when I was a teenager, there wasn't like any fight gyms like get
Yeah.
into and stuff. It was literally my brother and I watching YouTube and trying to replicate UFC out in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
And so like I never would have dreamed that this is something I could get into. Now my brother went off, and my brother is actually a brown belt in jiu-jitsu and has a 12-3 record, and but he did all that in the Army. Like he's going to be a lifer in the Army, kind of one of those
gotcha.
things. And it was like, it's just like, well, can I do this? Should I do this? Well, I'm here. I'm still standing. And it's like,
I can do this. I think you got it.
Yeah.
The fact that it takes more will, #will, and determination to lose 120 pounds than it does to get into a cage.
Yeah.
you say that.
I
Right.
know that.
It might be close to the same, but it's still a big,
I know that,
big,
bro.
huge damn thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
It's so funny listening to these guys talk about the first time walking in the cage and just like tunnel vision instantly, tunnel vision.
Yeah,
And it's like, I didn't hear crap. I didn't hear Billy. I didn't hear
Yeah.
no one.
yeah.
And
If you can go in there calm, bro, shit, that'd be a whole game changer.
Yeah.
it's I think I'm hoping these jiu-jitsu tournaments will help me out with that.
Yeah.
In a way, and like we'll see how it goes. Like
We'll see.
I it's definitely going to happen. It's just one of those. It's like
Win.
yeah.
That's all we're waiting on. Yeah. We'll wait on it. We'll be there, though.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it won't be against a 350-pound giant.
I don't
Yeah.
care if it is. I'm still going to be pulling for you. dude.
Well, I mean, I hope so.
I think you're
But,
gonna
like,
kick his. I think you're gonna kick his legs out from under him. That's what I think's gonna happen. You're gonna piece him up, son.
we'll see.
You will win that fight, dude. I'm just telling you. To lose 120 pounds takes more than to get into this cage. I'm just telling you, bro. You can do what you want to with that, but it does, bro. It takes so much to lose 10 pounds.
You know,
You don't I mean, so after you sit back and do it, you look at yourself and go, a lot of times, I mean, I do this as a father, in the field of work that I do. I look at it and go, okay, I did that. It's okay. It worked out. But I'm telling you right now, it takes more.
it takes consistency and discipline is the biggest two. Like, and I had to make myself disciplined,
Yep.
and because like I was a lazy slob prior,
Sure.
and
Like I am right now, bro. I'm a lazy slob.
nah.
No, you don't know.
Dude,
I
you are
am.
killing it on the podcast. Like you're cranking them out every week. Like
That's him mostly, bro. He edits this stuff and makes us all look good. And so, anyway, it's this cat. That's
If we didn't have him, though, we wouldn't have a podcast.
at the end of the
there's-
day,
There's teamwork there.
no, yeah, absolutely.
We took this personality test a long time ago, and we don't really say this much, but
yeah,
our personality types are exactly perfect
yeah,
to
like
work,
to-
to work together. Yeah.
yeah. So we took personality test. It was crazy because we had already been doing the podcast for what, 6 months?
Wow, I don't know exactly.
6 months, maybe 8, somewhere around in there. And we were on our way back from Florida, and I was in the back seat. He's like, "Hey, we should do these personality tests." So we did them, and learned what my personality was, and I can't remember what it was now.
Nah.
But he had already done his, and he was like, "Look those up." So we looked them up together, and he was like, or I looked my podcast. Shut up.
That's how she
I
got
know
her
why
arm
you want to
broke.
wrestle her now. I want to fight her. I want to break her arm now. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't break the other one.
Yeah, but
Only the left one.
I looked my personality type up, and it was like, you should work with this type of personality, and it was his type of personality. It was like,
pretty
you
weird.
will work perfectly together with one another because of X, Y, Z, D, A, B, and C, and it was him, bro. So that's why we're doing this. Well, that's not why we're doing this, but that's
It's kind of confirming what you already
Yeah,
knew.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
So it was cool. Anyway,
You gotta give your shout outs real quick, homie.
at the end of these things, I'm going to give you a few, as many minutes as you want to shout out whoever you want. Look at that camera right there and shout out whoever you want to. The camera is yours. The time is yours. Go.
Well, first off, I want to shout out my wife, Kayla Mills. She's literally been the single thing that's really quit. You're gonna make me get emotional.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
go ahead. So she, I'll be
Female
crying.
Been the
God,
absolutely
bro.
best thing to allow me to improve myself as a man, as a husband, as a father. I want to thank my family, my mother, my stepfather, my grandparents, and all that. They've always been in my corner in a way. It's like, they've always been supportive. Thank my lifelong friends. I want to thank Billy Swanson for calling me a bitch and telling me to keep going a lot of times. And Chattanooga Mixed Martial Arts College, it is quite literally a family. If you ain't got like a lick of experience, all you've watched UFC, whatever, Street Beefs on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, come in, just be humble. You'll gain brothers. You'll gain knowledge. You'll have an absolute blast. I want to shout out to All or Nothing Fights because that's who I'll fight under. You know, I'm not. My first fight will not be with anyone else. It will be at All or Nothing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to thank Denver Bell Fitness. If you are a mother that just needs to lose some weight or get in shape, or if you're a fighter, she has all of us guys that are competing, about to compete, got us all dialed in with the math, the science. She is like on it, and it's fun watching her obsess over our well-being.
Yeah.
And like she like just knocks it out of the park every time, like gets these guys like well within the limit every time, gets them ready to fight. And all of her fighters are like, those are the guys that are like, you know, they have the stamina to keep going. They're, you know, they got the nutrition down pat, you know, the weight sailed in, you know, perfect like that. Thank a lot of the guys at the gym, Matson, Manicki, Tyler Wallace, Logan Sharp, Connor Sledge, Ty Todd, you know, Tyler McCrae, John Rourke, you know, all these guys. They're literally got blessed with like 30, 40 odd brothers, not even looking for it. And it's like, these guys have held me up. And the crazy support these guys have shown each other. And it's like, even right now, there's a few hard things going on dealing with, you know, our gym family right now. And it's like, you don't get this outside of anything else. And like, you know, you could be dealing with whatever. Like, say, you know, you're having to bury your grandmother. You don't have pallbearers. They're there. Golly. Not even the freaking, not even questioning it. Well, had to go all the way to the end to do it. I love these guys. They've pushed me beyond my limits. And so, yeah, that's really, that's all I can really shout out at this point.
Well, Jesus, bro, I wish you hadn't have made me cry at the end of this thing.
Yeah. I usually get the pictures at the end, so we're all gonna be looking fucking red faced and shit.
I learned a long time ago. It's like, you know, like crying and shit. Like, you know, as a kid, you can tell to be tough. You know, you're a boy. You don't need to cry. And I'm like that. I'm like, screw all that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna cry and still whoop some ass too. Like, you know, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Dude, Matson Manicki was crying at my daughter's doing her, and she did her first jiu-jitsu tournament. Like, he's freaking boohooing in the corner because she wants,
No way, bro.
lumps and throats everywhere.
I gotta go to that gym, dude.
Yeah, y'all
I
gotta
need
come.
that shit in my life.
Dude, it's been such a blessing. Like, I used to argue with God all the time.
Yeah.
For no reason other than like I was stubborn.
You're stupid, yeah.
And then God just continuously blesses me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my wife, who has gone above and beyond any spouse I've ever had. And then like these guys, like, I know we're trying to wrap this up, but like,
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, man.
these guys are like in all walks of life. You know, we got freaking computer engineer, ex-cops, and electricians, convicts, you know, white trash from Saudi Daisy. Love you, Billy.
Hey, it's his tattoo, bro.
Dude, I'd follow that man into war.
Yeah.
I kind of did, but I ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
And you know, like, dude, it's just a wild ride. I'm so happy, so ecstatic that this gets to be. I get to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, even, you know, I just have like one little fight. I do okay, win, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I decide not to do it again. I'm not going to stop training. I'm not going to stop being around these
I won't
guys.
stop being
Yeah.
around them, yeah.
No, and it's like, I feel like I'm just keep pushing this podcast on and on.
Keep going. So.
But like these guys are not going to leave my life
Yeah.
whether they want to or not. Like I'm going to like
Hang on to them.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you don't get this anywhere
Mind
else.
these type of people. Bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
We've said it a million times, bro. It's a lot different than what people think.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, when we first entered this thing, we didn't know any of you really. You know, I knew one.
I know
fighter.
zero.
I knew one fighter, and that was TJ Hicks. And we just talked to him, and we was like, "Bro, that's cool." And Trey met him, and of course, we was like, "Dude, let's do the podcast based on this," you know. And Trey can tell you his thoughts. What was it?
Shit, if I know. Shit.
straight cornbread, right?
Shit, if you know. He was nervous about it, bro.
Oh yeah, I was nervous about it. Yeah,
He was nervous about it. He's like, dude, these dudes could be a bunch of dickheads, you know.
that's my opinion.
You-
Like I was like, you know, you
No,
the
like
outside,
that.
yeah.
That,
From the
that was
outside
an
looking in.
honest thought I had. I was like, man,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get bullied again.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I was like, man, you're gonna see some fatso walking in here trying to even.
And then
Being
the
the-
toughest guy in the gym walks up to me. He's like, hey, bro, let me help you out.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you can do this.
You got
can keep
this,
going.
bro. Yeah.
You can keep
Madison's
going.
done that to me a few times. Not just, I mean, he don't know it, but
Yeah.
you know, just saying shit when
Yes.
nobody else does. It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
God's gonna put him in such a high place. It's destined, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, for someone who's gone through what he's gone through, what he's had to deal with, like, all mistakes or not, you
We all
couldn't
make
get more of a
mistakes, bro.
genuine person.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. At the end of these things, well, we tell everybody we love them. You don't have to, but we do. We love y'all.
Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Yeah, leave, bro.
Oh, shit.